Chapter 13 of 7 Days of Sunny June, Book 1, April 5th. Breaking the Girl. The house was deathly still as Sunset trudged up the stairs, desperately asleep. It had been a long day, doing laundry with Twilight, going with Blossom forth to a prenatal checkup, then a full day of work made longer by the store's annual inventory for tax purposes. By the time she arrived home at 11:30, anything else was far from her mind. The only thing she wanted to do now was throw herself in bed and dream of whatever bizarre things her subconscious decided to bombard her with. As she went upstairs, she looked briefly at the open door of her foster parents' room. Both of them were out for the weekend. Velvet was going to be a dinner for the week at a conference sponsored by the HA. Jess, Nightlight, as a physicist, was attending some experiments at Fermilab and teaching his classes for the week via remote from there. Thankfully, Todd was here for the weekend helping to watch Spike, and either shining arcades will be sending the youngest member of the family to and from school for the duration of the week. Sunset could take the subway to school, and one of the seniors at Twilight School, Champagne Dreams, offered to give her lifts during the course of the week. All in all, it was going to be a dull week at home. Reaching the top of the flight, she could hear Gaines coming from the room with a wood carving of a cartoonish dragon holding a sign that said, Spike's room. She knocked once, saying to the door, I must be imagining things. I swear I'm hearing video games when someone should have been asleep a long while ago. Right? Suddenly, on the other side of the door, there was a commotion, the kind only made by an 8-year-old throwing everything into a corner before hastily throwing himself under the bed sheets. After waiting a few seconds more, she opened the door, seeing him in his bed fast asleep, or at least credibly faking it. Yeah, must have been my imagination, she said to no one in particular. Thanks, Sonny, he whispered. No problem, Squirt, she told him. Now get some sleep this time. That sidetrack dealt with, she went towards her room, when she heard some odd moaning from Twilight's room. At first she thought, no, not Twilight. It's probably going to be hugely embarrassing for both of us if she's doing what I think she's doing. But amongst the moaning, she thought she heard the words, No, go away. And that was more than enough for her to change her mind. Making sure that Spike wasn't going to come out of his room all of a sudden, she put a palm against Twilight's door, splitting her fingers. As Sunset closed her eyes, a soft sighing glow began to envelop her hand. For a brief span of a second, the whole door was wrapped in the same mystical aura before the magical flash winked out of existence. Well, at least it's not that. Opening the door, she poked her head in just in time to see Twilight sitting up, breathing heavily, soaked in sweat and a terrified look on her face. Sunset was at her side in a second. Hey, you okay? No, Mr. Bedraggle said, pushing the mop wet hair out of her eyes. I I went to bed early because I wasn't feeling well and never mind, it's nothing. You sure? Minutes worth of silence compressed into a few seconds followed. I'm sure, came the hesitant response. Sunset reached her and took her foster sister facing her hand. No, you're not. I know you better than that. You're going to laugh. No, I won't. Especially if it's something that's really bothering you. Okay, Twilight began. I was in this dark, smoky place. It wasn't dark like night, but dark, as in horror film dark. Were you watching horror films with Rainbow again? The plum-haired girl shook her head. No, she insisted. But in my dream, I was in this dark, smoky place. It wasn't dark like night, but dark as in horror film dark. Nothing around, like walking at the bottom of the ocean. After a few minutes, I thought I saw 3 figures standing before me, running towards me, shouting something I couldn't understand. The figures, they're horses, but not like horses. They were smaller than ponies, about maybe the size of Sermon Shepherds or so, but definitely equine. Well, at least a body shape, because they didn't at all look like any horses I've seen. Smaller snouts, rounder heads, thicker legs. The manes and tails were groomed like people do with their hair, as weird as it sounds. It was enough. They had these freakishly huge eyes, almost like a squid's, and the eyes were in a predatory place on the face, not the side like a normal horse's. It's almost like they were human or something. She paused for us 1 second, thinking further about the strange creatures. Also, the color on these things. The first one looked like a normal gray coat and black mane. The second one, however, had a maize yellow coat and a mane of red and yellow, kept in a feather hairstyle. Actually, she kind of reminded me of you for some reason. Twilight admitted. She paused once more, getting racking her brain for further details. Oh, that yellow horse thing was a unicorn, if you could believe that. Go on, Sunset said dully, while her mind was floored by the descriptions Twilight had given her. Maize-colored unicorn? That's me. But how? There was also a third one, lavender, with mane the same color as my hair. But it wasn't me, Twilight continued. She was a unicorn. No, scratch that. She was a tulpar. Twilight nodded her head in confirmation. Yep, definitely a tulpar, now that I recall. A what? It's a Kazatani term for a unicorn with wings. I think you called it an alicorn? In the story you told the kids at the Christmas party. Twilight's words, Sunset thought to keep the look of confusion that was controlling her off her face. Twilight, you're describing yourself. Or rather, not exactly herself, Sunset knew, but her otherworldly counterpart, Princess Twilight Sparkle. Anything else? She asked, just to cover her silence. Sweet Saltine suddenly became deathly quiet as he murmured, and these three almost managed to reach me, till he said there's something like tar, or smoke, or some gooey sludge type thing, and like quicksand striking them down, so they can't move towards me any further. But I see the fear in their eyes. They're worried about something. Dad tried to run over to them, but they get pulled to the gunk, and by the time I get there, they're all gone, and I'm alone. But not for long. Then I feel it. There's something behind me. I turned and ran, but when I look back, it's another unicorn. But this one's evil. I just know it was. Don't ask how. Well, it's vaguely like the yellow one. Your colors were wrong. Dark, twisted. I just keep running. But each step just seemed to slow me down further. And I can't get away. Twilight. Twilight never heard sunset. Her mind completely tuned to the nightmare. Her eyes were pinpricks of fear, constricted by the force of terror. The creature is trying to ensnare me in some sort of smoky tentacles, and I ran, and I feel my skin being sliced into ribbons, while the thing behind me was laughing, and I was screaming for help for those other unicorns to save me. But no one's there, and I suddenly feel stabbed in the chest, and I look down, and there's this bloody spike of red that busts through me, and oh my god, I'm screaming, and there's blood, and I feel something sharp against my neck, and I'm screaming for help and begging for my life, then there's nothing, and I... Unable to take memories any longer, Twilight got to the sunset, crying into her foster sister's shoulder hysterically, and Sunset held her tightly and caressed her. Sunset spent countless minutes holding Twilight, cooing, You're safe, Twilight. Nothing's ever going to get you. I will protect you. I promise. At that moment, Sunset felt very ineffectual. Twilight had helped her countless times, but now she needed the emotional boost. Sunset felt completely unable to do anything. Save her from Flash? Sure, bring it on. But to save her from nightmares, as Twilight had saved Sunset herself? I wish Tavi were here, Sunset groaned inwardly. Unfortunately, Octavia and her parents were back in LA for more stuff regarding the La Musica exhibit, and all of their mutual friends had busy schedules this weekend. All in all, Sunset was going to be very alone on this one. She wasn't entirely comfortable with the situation. This was her family. To her, it was a do-or-die situation. She then went into a mental choice of words. Twilight just had a nightmare, so he'd apparently been decapitated. Meanwhile, Twilight started to calm down. There you go, Sunset, she said in a tight voice. I think I'm okay now, Sonny. Thanks. You sure? Yeah, just a weird dream. Besides, I can logically know what a nightmare is, even though my subconscious disagrees with me, and it's just my neurons processing sensory input. Yeah, that sounds like the Twilight I know, Sunset said with a smile. A second later, she said, Come on, change it to a dry nightmare. You can sleep with me tonight, okay? You don't mind? I might have another nightmare. I'll make sure you don't. Besides, Sunset said with a grin, It's always better when sisters are together, right? Twilight rolled her eyes. You are never gonna let me live that down, are you? Of course not. Now get changed. You're sweating enough that you probably need a shower, too. Getting the purple hair out of her room, Sunset immediately stopped Twilight's bed, knowing the sweat had soaked all the way down to the mattress. Yeah, this is gonna need some airing out. Rolling his seats up, she went downstairs and tossed in the laundry room, glad that this episode was over. That's your third cup of coffee. Sunset noticed. Twilight poured herself another one. You almost never drink coffee. Yeah, I'm I'm just tired. She mumbled, pouring in cream and enough sugar to make Pinky pause. Sorry about last night, sis. Hey, it happens. But it's not supposed to, Twilight moaned. I should be able to control my dreams. No can, Twilight, Sunset said, flipping the omelet in her pan. Besides, you're only human. I know, but this is the third time already in... Third time? Sunset arched an eyebrow. Yeah, it started the week I had the chicken pox. If I remember correctly, the first one I had was the night after I finished the translated copy of the book you got me for Christmas. Have you talked about the parentals about this? Twilight shook her head. No. Mom's focusing on making sure everything's ready to go for our trip in June, and Dad's got a lot on his plate. Says they offered him the science department head job. Besides, it's this nightmare, Sonny. I'll be fine. Fine. Twilight, you held on to me for dear life last night at one point. I woke up this morning and you had a death grip on me. Granted, I'm used to sleeping with you at this point. And oh boy, does that make for one hell of a fantastic comment. But you were seriously freaking out. Sorry if I'm worried, but that's just how I feel. I'll be fine, Sonny, I promise. Look, just when you get a chance, talk it over with your parents. They're older and wiser, so they should have some idea on how to fix that damaged brain of yours. Sunset said with a slight grin, hoping to turn her foster sister away from her gloomy mood. Personally, Twilight was either too tired or too fried to appreciate the humorous comment. Hey, I know you're going to work in an hour, but do you mind if I just crash in your room? I'm sure my bed's still airing out. Yeah, knock yourself out. Spike's probably going to be asleep for a couple more hours anyway. Contemplating games well past his bedtime. Don't worry, I shoot him out over it. But if he does it again, I guess we'll have to ground him. Yeah, Twilight said, drinking her mug, then looking at the empty ceramic, then to Mr. Coffee Machine again. Oh, no, you don't, Sunset said, swiping the mug for Homer. Go to bed, Twilight, now. I'll put your breakfast in the microwave so you can just nuke it when you wake up. Ugh, fine! Hey, trust your older sister, okay? Older? Twilight asked. Since when are you the older one? Your birthday's what, August 5th? Yeah, and Tommy's is July 16th. Why? June 27th, the flame-haired girl replied. So, that makes me 5 weeks older than you. Sunset knew in truth she was more than just 39 days older, but June 7th was the date showing up on her records. She wondered if that was the actual birthday of the human Sunset Simmer, wherever she was in this world. But she was more content at this point to be a teenager physically, if not in reality, and just be a part of the family. Besides, right now, that wasn't an issue. Pointing to the stairs, Sunset ordered, Now get! Yes, Grandma! Twilight cracked. You know, that was almost funny. I thought so. That's because you're adult due to sleep deprivation. Now get going so I can eat and get to work. Have you heard a single word I said, Sonny? Rainbow asked as she momentarily removed her mouth from the straw of her cookie cream frappuccino. Sorry, I was working, the flame-haired girl said tartly. She paused to drop off a slice of cake for Rainbow. You have to remember, I'm not carrying this tray for nothing, you know. Yeah. You'll see Blossom or Pinky worried about it, the athlete replied. As if the cakes are going to fire their niece or the pregnant girl, Sunset drawled. Well, they won't fire you. You're like the more better employee of the three. Better or best, Rainbow, not more better, Sunset corrected. And people say my grades are pathetic. So, now that I've done lecturing you on that, what brings you here? Yeah. I was getting to that. Anyway, there's an exhibit at Deciphering Museum. I wanted you to go with me. Museum? I thought you didn't care for all that egghead stuff, quote unquote. Hey, I put up with you, Twilight, and Tommy all the time, Rainbow reasoned. So I could deal with ACAT, okay? Besides, this is supposed to be really cool stuff, and, well, I really wanted to know if the magic was real or not, okay? Sunset just shook her head. Look, it's a really busy day today, she said, waving her hand to encompass the whole camp's airspace. And with Pinky at cheerleader camp this weekend, and Blossom having the weekend off because of her checkoff, things are busy. But once I'm off for the day, you'll have my undivided attention, okay? You promise? Yeah, I promise. Just don't make me say that weird ass rhyme Pinky came up with last week, because that's not happening, Sunset insisted. I almost forgot about that! Rainbow laughed. After Pinky's announced his taste for the childhood promissory swear, she spent some time formulating a new one, and had come up with it last week, vowing to make her a hard girl to have children everywhere swear by the new one. Her friends heard the Pinky swear, instead of every use of hoping to fly and sticking cupcakes in one's eye. Alistair insisted the old one was fine enough. After all, nursery rhymes never made sense anyway, and that no kid was going to take either of them seriously. Finished her drinking cake, the rainbow-haired Latina rose from her chair. Anyway, see you at 6, okay? I'll even treat you dinner, alright? If you're paying, I'm okay with that. You know, Rainbow, sometimes you amaze me, Sunset says, as you wait outside the Alamo Host Dress House's Carolina Cason. I really appreciate you offering to pay for the three of us to see the new Captain America film. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out the concept of superheroes anyway. A slight breeze moved past the pair. Its brisk guests reminding them spring had not entirely set in yet. Even still, the sky was clear, and despite the light pollution, Orion's belt was visible this evening. Well, yeah, I've been dying to see this film for the longest time. Was going to see it with my sister and parents, but with Scoots doing some weird Girl Scout thing for the weekend, figured I could catch it again with the later. Besides, I'm sure you and Tommy and Spike don't mind getting out of the house and having dinner at the movies, so... Rainbow's eyes wandered towards a particularly cute guy smiling at her. She waved back, much to the irritation of his girlfriend. And lastly, I figured you loved me if I did this. Jim looked in Sunset's face. Rainbow, we're friends. All you had to do was ask. I know, but look. Just, I didn't want you to laugh at me when I mentioned the favor I needed. You know me better than that. So what is this thing? I was planning to pick up the other day with Mystic, Rose Luggage, Glass Slipper. Glass mentioned that some artifacts from Italy are coming to Equestria County Museum of Art and History. Then Mystic pipes up about all being from some ancient sorcerer from Florence. Yeah, that place. Anyway, Mystic's a little funny. She's one of those conspiracy nut bars that thinks an ancient civilization, magical beings from another world brought magic to people and did fire. Rainbow suddenly trailed off when she realized who she was talking to. So anyway, she's insistent on it, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't true and stuff. Why? Because I have $50 about it. Says it, roll her eyes. Rainbow, what's the chance that any of that's true? Says the girl who would be doing grocery shopping at Petco if she was in her normal form. Rainbow chai. Okay, point. Fine. I'll have to work tomorrow, and we could go out to school, unless you got something going. Yeah, our team's got a light week other than a game against Whitetail Woods High on Thursday. Well then, we're all set. Sunset says he saw Twilight Spike approaching in the distance. Now, let's get the tickets and get in line so we can get some really good seats. Throwing on her sleepwear, Twilight pulled the sheets back on her bed and crawled in. She didn't tell anyone, but she got into her parents' medicine cabinets and took the bottle of Xanax from her mother was having sleeping issues a few years ago after minor surgery. The hypnotics would still be effective after all this time. While Twilight didn't think she'd need them, they were just in case. One concern she had was if Sunset found out about it. That would take some explaining. Looking at the clock, she counted the time as it rolled over to 11 p.m. Well, Champagne will be here at 7:30 to come and get me, so I better get in a few hours of shut-eye. She reached over and turned off her lamp, letting herself drift to sleep. She immediately sat up a second later. The room was dark, darker than night, save for the two red dots close together facing her. They disappeared a split second before reappearing. Twilight suddenly realized they were eyes. Very unnatural eyes peering at her, stalking her. She felt a soft exhalation of warm mist on the back of her neck, like breath. She turned around, just in time to see the dark unicorn of her nightmares once more, leering at her. I wonder if you taste as good as you look, the creature said before smiling with multiple shark-like rows of jagged, blood-stained teeth. Then the mouth opened, maw naturally large as a jaw dislodged, showing even more unnatural rows of teeth, and a tongue like the alien from the same movie. Let's find out. Twilight didn't have time to scream as the teeth clamped down on her face, ripping it off in one blow. But she did have time to scream. Twilight! Twilight suddenly felt herself being shaken, and did the only thing she could, since she learned from both Sunset and Applejack in the wake of her near miss 2 months ago. Get away from me! She screamed in terror, lashing out with a fist driven of fear and terror. Ow! Twilight! What the fuck? Twilight suddenly blinked. She was shivering, laying on the ground by her bed, hand covering her eye with Sunset. Standing by his bedroom door, looking completely fused with Spike. Spike, go back to bed! Twilight ordered. But Twilight, go back to bed, Spike! Both girls said as one. He realized it was a good idea to have either of his sisters angry. He took the wise route only children knew would be a hasty retreat back to his bedroom. Twilight was out of bed in an instant. Oh God, Sonny, I'm so sorry. She grabbed her sister, braced her both out of worry and fear. After a second, she said, Here, let me look at that. Sister pulled her hand away from her eye. It was already swelling. Twilight knew she gave her sister a nasty shiner, and looked at Sunset in horror. Sonny, It's okay, Twilight. Sunset said in a voice that indicated, no, it wasn't okay. It was an accident. I know that. I'm not blaming you. It was a once-in-a-lifetime hit. Her good eye was fixing on the purple-haired teen. She asked, Was it another nightmare? When Twilight nodded again, Sunset said, Fine. Let's go get some sleep. We should have that check. I'll go to the school infirmary in the morning, okay? You promise? You think I want to go to school looking like this? I'm sorry. Look, just shut up and get into bed. I'll join you when you better sleep, okay? Sunset grumbled, her anger briefly getting the better of her. Twilight complied. Sunset got off the floor and flicked the bedroom light off before crawling to foster sister's bed. And as Twilight's arms wrapped around her and just her comfort, there was little to be had by the flame-haired girl. The eye was already stinking like hell. It was the least of Sunset's concerns right now. No. What was on the icy unicorn's mind was that Twilight's nightmares were becoming more and more prevalent, and it was starting to affect her. I'm going to have a talk with Mom and Dad when they get back, she vowed, or else this is going to start getting out of hand. But what's going on that's making her do all this? Sunset's day had already started bad the moment she walked into the school grounds. Standing by the apple tree, playing in the parking lot of school, Lightning just shouted at her, Nice shiner, you bitch! Finally got what you deserve! I see the morning's already turning out to be one huge fucking mistake, Sunset grumbled, wondering why she hadn't brought her sunglasses with her, conjured them along the way. Shut up, you printed-ass fleshful cunt! Sunset seethed, glaring at the enemy, and feeling pretty vindictive at the moment. You see, that's your goddamn problem, you goddamn skink! Lightning snarled back. You don't know when to leave well enough alone. Bad enough you got me kicked off the track team and put my Olympic dreams in danger. Then you had to go get my best friend kicked out of school. Then you teased our cloud kicker. Do you know how good of a lay she was? Actually, I guess you wouldn't. Given you already got some hot action in the privacy of your own home, don't you? So tell me, is your sister a moaner, or do you prefer your cut? Sunset struck right at the lightning, her gray eye narrowing. Her bruised one wasn't that far from doing so already. Just keep pushing your luck, you idiot. You're lucky that you and Gilda aren't behind bars. You deserved it for being such a bit. The brain was slowly erupted as she felt someone tapping on her shoulder. Yeah, what? She asked, turning to face the person wanting her attention. Be careful where you're staying, the kind voice said as two hands suddenly shoved lightning. The blonde fell, landing in a nearby puddle of mud thanks to a faulty sprinkler, and Teal's shirt and white jeans became various shades of mud brown. Applejack looked down at her, chuckling. Whoops, she said, smile forming on her lips. You're gonna pay for that, you freaking heck! Lightning snarled. I don't think so. The freckled blonde replied. Applejack turned to Sunset and said, Come on, Sonny. You don't need to be around this mess. As the two walked towards the school, Applejack asked, "So, what's with the Saturn?" "Accident. Twilight had a nightmare and popped me one while I was trying to wake her up," Sunset said, sighing. "Can't you just—" Applejack wiggled her fingers in a hint. "I could, but then I had to explain why a black eye went away instantly." "Yep, I can see how that'd be a doozy of a problem," Applejack said sympathetically, as he fell into stride with her friend. "Well, if it helps anyway, they go away about a week. Got one last year while Spiral Mac. Wasn't pretty." "I remembered. I called you Raccoon Face all week," Sunset said, guilt for that time finally setting in. I never did apologize for teasing you like that." "Water under the bridge," Applejack replied laconically as he reached the front doors. Rainbow waved for him. "Hey ya!" The athlete turned to her friends. Then seeing Sunset's face, said, "What the heck happened to you?" "Fist of the accidental Twilight," Sunset said, getting a little tired of having explained the black eye. This was just the fourth time this morning. It wasn't even 8 yet. "Man, that's got to suck," Rainbow athlete said, or as he took a look of recall across her face. "So here, don't say I never covered for you." "Thanks, you're a lifesaver," the flame-haired girl replied, gratefully slipping on the shades. Looking at Applejack, Rainbow continued, "Considering who that freak stick is, AJ, I'm surprised you showed the strength." "Restraint," Sunset corrected. "Yeah, that. In any case, I messed her up but good." "Where you want to look at her butt keep that happening?" Applejack teased gently. Before Rainbow could rejoin her, Applejack continued, "So he's our friend. We sleep together." "Yeah, that we do," Rainbow agreed. At that point, the warning bell rang. Sunset looked at her friends. "Well, time for science class," she groaned. "Hope Dr. Who's isn't going to be too confusing today." "I swear, whether that man forgets he's teaching at a high school, not a university." Later that afternoon, Sunset and Rainbow arrived at the Equestrian Museum of Art and History. The centerpiece of Exposition Park, ECMA8 also had a rose garden and was adjacent to the Three Heroes Memorial. Rainbow insisted their first stop be the memorial. And to Sunset's surprise, the athlete was carrying a bunch of red roses. Sunset, who had never been to the memorial before, looked at the three marble statues. A man dressed in what was a World War II U.S. Navy officer's uniform. A second man dressed in fatigues of World War II soldier, and a well-dressed woman standing regally, holding a wreath in her hands. He read the plaque at the base of the statue. Commander Hurricane, USN, August 7th to October 14th. Commanding Officer, U.S. SEAL DD-240, Plus Notices Awardee, Medal of Honor. Sergeant Chancellor Puddinghead, USA, March 21st, 1924 to March 20th, 1945. Company F, 127th Infantry Regiment, 32nd Infantry Division, Plus Awardee, Medal of Honor. Princess Platinum, August 9th, 1911 to January 6th, 1996. Founder, United Service Organizations and Senator, State California. Awardee, Presidential Medal of Freedom. Our heroes. Sunset watched as Rainbow stopped in front of the Commander Hurricane, gently placed the flowers, pausing to look up at gaze with unabashed pride. Like Sunset was unaccustomed to seeing on her friend's face. Not taking her eyes off the statues, he said, "He was my great-grandfather on my father's side. My grandfather never knew him. And though he grew up with the stories, was he passed down on my mom, passed down on me. That seems maudlin, but sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to be in his shoes." "Rainbow, you could always join the military once you graduate," Sunset said. But the athlete shook her head. "Nah, Mom and Dad would kill me if I thought of it. Besides, don't have the grades or the smarts to be a fighter pilot. Plus, probably gonna be a pro soccer player for a living, but—" She paused. Sometimes I'm a little jealous of you. You know what it's like being someone else, twice. You want to count the time you're possessed. Sometimes I wonder how different my life would be if I was someone else." "Something wrong, Rainbow?" "No, I'm always here if you need an ear." Rainbow shook her head. "Nah, just thinking. I know I'm not the deep type, but sometimes," she shrugged. "Anyway, never mind. Let's go check out the thing I want to see, okay?" "Sure," Sunset replied, filling the conversation away for later. If something was wrong with Rainbow, she would have to be convinced a minute later. A few minutes later, the two were in the main building, walking towards a special exhibit place, looking at the pamphlet that was provided by the entry window. The two passed by countless paintings, sculptures, and historical artifacts and made their way towards the Agapasto Exposition Hall. Normally, the room hosted the artworks of famous Renaissance artists, such as Agapasto, Ghost, or Fresco Correa, but those were currently held in storage for the ECMAH's guest exhibition, Italian Sorcery, The Life and Times of Belisario di Cavalcanti, 1533 to 1603. There, in the room, amongst the skulls, repainted paintings, and artifacts from the life of this strange man, a person who, according to the pamphlet supplied, believed he got all of his magical powers from a unicorn. Even I can't believe that, she laughed on, and I am a unicorn. Prior Sunset noticed a striking similarity between this exhibition and the last one she had been to, namely that of Musica Agarica. It was likely for show. Thinking back to her trip a few weeks back, you wonder how silly was she concerned that La Musica, that sort of assistants like Octavia, Midnight, and Screwball had Pony Hill at Heritage. Truth was, after she had some time to think about it for a while, she had to realize she wasn't a perfect copy of a human. Sure, it was definitely more than enough to make her appear so, even to somewhat intrusive medical examinations, but that was just the basics of her biology. She never gotten pregnant after all the times in Flash, thankfully so, though she worried about Blossom's situation. And in hindsight, it was possible she didn't have that capability. Maybe La Musica was just a normal human with a penchant for a teamwork essential, and I'm overthinking the whole thing, Sunset considered. Besides, she had more important things on her plate right now. Mainly the fact she was going to have to do summer school, and how to talk to her parents about Twilight's condition. Halfway through the exhibition hall, both Sunset and Rainbow suddenly heard voices bickering. I'm telling you, unicorns are real. They have to be to create something like this. You of all people should. I should of all people let fairy tale. Yeah, look, I'm into magic, but really, there's no more real than what I do on stage. You know, Trix, I just thought, I really thought, let we could spend one fic where you didn't show up. Oh, come on. You really think that was possible? No. Well, he's standing by a glass case pedestal, displaying grimoires and Alaris Diaz in the back of the room were two teens. The first one, a fair-haired girl with a short, unruly crop of celeste and ivory hair, wore a pair of jeans and a t-shirt that read, Horse E-Books Forever, as he was glaring at her friend, a citrine-colored eyes raining both annoyance and mirth. Meanwhile, her friend, a girl with light tan skin, expressive blue eyes and white lips, Alice blue hair, and wearing a magenta polo and white jeans, and just shook her head, as though someone not entirely disdained. Oh, hey, someone with brains! Trixie Lululemon spoke up, seeing the new arrivals. Hey, Sunset, tell this idiot that magic doesn't exist except for what we do on stage. Let her heartstrings roll her eyes. Gee, Trix, why do you have to be such a bitch? Hey, Lyra, Rainbow teased. You cheating on Bonbon again? Lyra's eyes narrowed. I ought to beat the shit out of you for that, she snarled. Hey, let it go, Trixie answered. She's just messing with you. So, what brings you here? Before Rainbow or Sunset could answer, Lyra spoke, perked up. We're here researching this Italian guy. He said he was trained in magic by a unicorn, so it obviously proves that unicorns exist. Rainbow and Sunset merely looked at each other, sharing a glance. They then looked back at Lyra and Rainbow, and replied in a dull tone. Lyra, are you off your meds? Trixie stifled a giggle, while Lyra looked fit to be tied. But she patted the taller girl on the shoulder, saying, See, and this is why Bonbon didn't want to come. I swear, just because your mother is a fantasy author does not mean that unicorns are real. Am I right, Sunset? I plead the fifth, was Sunset's only answer. But anyway, you know why Lyra is here. As for me, I was fascinated at the cemetery that Balderasa was into. Gem what? Rainbow blurred. Tiratracia, Sunset repeated, is a divination system using numeric values assigned to the Hebrew alphabet. Sunset looked at Trixie. How do you know about that? Trixie shook her head. My mom runs a freaking UA store with all the crystals and tarot cards and shit. Look, I love my mom, but she's a nutcase, and neither Dad nor I believe in any of it. But I did promise to look this stuff up for my uncle, who has a magic act in Vegas. Uncle Presto's always interested in this stuff, so you can mention it as that. Wow, that's neat, Rainbow said, while Lyra merely rolled her eyes. Anyway, Tracy said, a smile on her face as she coming to the front. She's generally interested audience now. If you look at the computer that has scans of Balthasar's personal notes, as well as his grimoire, you can see a lot of references to this symbol. She said, pointing to the Hebrew letters she ran down on her copy of the pamphlet. What's it mean? Well, I could be wrong, as I'm not really into Timataria, but numerically it means 253, which can translate to either beginning and end, despair, I am the magician, or the black seed. Oh, it sounds really freaky, if you ask me, Tracy replied. Rupert started calling the sign of Sunset's spine for some reason. I know I've heard the term black seed before, but where have I heard it? Hey guys, Lyra said, check this out. This proves that he had to learn something from a unicorn, right? Celeste Carroll pointed them towards a painting titled Young Bride of His Master by Sampieri, the image of a young woman in the blush of her late teen years, blonde with soft brown eyes, gazing longingly into the eyes of a black and gray unicorn. Sign next to the painting indicated it was the ability of Baldassarre's wife, Cressala della Luca, with the unicorn that had taught Baldassarre's magical prowess. But Rainbow saw it differently. Is it just me, or do they look like they're about to jump into bed together? She asked. Rainbow, Tracy said, not taking her eyes off the painting. That is the freakiest thing I ever heard. Yeah, I think I'm done now. Sunset muttered, blushing furiously. Not for the same reason that the others were. Oh my god. Flip the genders, and that's me in Flash. Granted, Flash didn't know about Sunset's true nature, nor did he think it was anything human, but I think I could be sick. Hey, what's that? Rainbow asked, looking at a final display against the far wall. Unlike the others, there was a black fabric sheet over it. Faced on a rust seat, it looked like a triptych or a screen. Well, I'm guessing that's the mirror of Cavalcanti, Lyra said, looking at her pamphlet. According to this, it's the mirror that the black unicorn appeared from, and approached Baldassare in order to make him his pupil. But wonder why it's covered. Are they afraid another black unicorn is going to come through? Trixie correct. Actually, the security guard just happened to mention it. They're still fine-tuning the laser tripwire night around the days, getting the bulletproof case for it. Supposedly they're going to be working on the former tonight, and there's a case being led to the museum by the Smithsonian. That'll take a couple of days to get here. He did say it should be on display about sometime late next week, though. Spike, just look. Do me a favor and go order a pizza, okay? Says it pled. But the look on the face was worried. I'll take care of this, okay? Just do it, okay? Finally, Spike agreed and went downstairs. Lady Sunset staring at the bathroom door. Twilight? She said, knocking. Look, I'm coming in, okay? No! It's gonna come get me! Came the muffled reply from the other side of the door. Twilight, you'll be fine, Sunset insisted, jiggling the locked door and hopes it would open. Please, sis, let me in. No! The other voice on the side of the door sounded terrified. Whatever was going on, Twilight was completely and utterly terrified. Sorry, Twilight, but I gotta do this. Sunset's hand closed silent for a second, allowing her to unlock the door. Once the familiar click of the lock sounded, Sunset opened the door and walked into their bathroom, which could politely be called hell. The mirror was smashed. There was blood all over, and lying naked in the bathtub in a fetal position. Both the shower head and bathtub faucet on was Twilight. She was covered in bloody scratches, trying to crawl away from Sunset in the shower. Immediately, Sunset turned off the wire, grabbed a towel, and looking at her foster sister with complete and utter shock. Twilight? Twilight's immediate answer was to grab Sunset and hug her for dear life, crying in incomprehensible, unintelligible sobs. Sunset held her close, trying to tell her off while promising, "You're okay, Twilight. You're safe." She then turned her head and screamed, "Spike!" "Yeah, I just ordered the lights from Pizza Guys," the boy called out. "Is that okay?" "Forget about that," Sunset said. "Call Shiny or Katie, now!" "Um, okay," Twilight insisted a half hour later. She was laying in Sunset's bed, dressed in a bathrobe, holding a paper plate with pizza and a Diet Coke. "Twilight, the mirror's shattered. There's blood all over the place. You got scratches all over your body." Katie said, a concerned look in her face. "If Sunny hadn't broken into the bedroom, you could have drowned in all that water. Don't you think we have a right to be a little worried?" "But Katie," she began. "But Katie, nothing," the older girl replied. "I'll take you to see the doctor tomorrow, okay? Don't want to hear any argument about it." "Fine," Twilight groaned in a petulant tone. "Look, get to sleep, and I'll be by first thing in the morning. Also call Tabby's parents and let your school know." "Fine," Twilight replied, no mood to argue. "Okay, I gotta get home myself. I got some paperwork to do for our case this week." Kissing Twilight on the forehead, Kane sat down in Sunset's room, heading downstairs to where Sunset was eating dinner with Spike. "Sunny, good call." She told the teen as he pulled up his seat and grabbed a slice of pizza. "If you had called a few minutes later, I would have been so buried in legal documents I hardly answer the phone." "Is she gonna be okay?" Spike asked. "She'll be fine, Spike," Kane replied. "But just in case, I'm going to take her to Dr. Socorro's first thing tomorrow. I'll tell Shiny and he can call your parents." She told Sunset and Spike. "I'll see if I can switch with Pinky for tomorrow," Sunset said. "I probably should be home just in case." "Good idea. We're going to have to rely on you a lot, Sonny. Shiny's on loan this week to the Red Bluff PD on a big case. He's not going to be much help here. Normally I stay over, but the documents I have are shielded by the court, so I can't have them lying around. Sorry. I'll have to work at home, but I'll make sure I keep the phone on. And don't forget, in an emergency, you can call your aunt and uncle." "Yeah," Sunset said. "I'd really like to know what's bothering Twilight." Making sure both Twilight and Spike had gone to bed, Sunset braved Wonky into the shattered bedroom to clean up the broken glass and blood. "Mom and Dad are not going to be happy about this," she thought to herself, pouring water into a soap-filled bucket. She dunked the sponge in, ready to wipe. What the fuck? Sunset hadn't paid much attention to the blood spatters according to the wall, and she had been more focused on Twilight at the time. But now she had certain attention. What she saw unnerved her. 253. The blood splatters fell down various places on the wall, carved on the wall with one of the cards of grass, were the symbols that Trixie had pointed out earlier that day. What the fuck is going on? "What are you reading?" Rarity asked as she sat down next to Sunset at the lunch table the next school day. She was engrossed in her iPad, what appeared to be a book on screen. "Hey, I'm just amazed that Baconhead is reading at all," Rainbow teased. "Hey, I learned to get past Dick and Jane, okay, Miss Living Gay Pride Flag?" Sunset teased before she went back to her iPad. "So easy to pay," she said to Rarity. "Reading a book on a subject that involves another book I got Twilight for Christmas. Something bothered about her, and I want to know what it is." "What's it called?" "Baldassare and the Black Unicorn. History of Italy's famous Emeritus by Dr. Wisdom Seeker, a medieval historian over at Harvard. The book I'm reading also includes the whole text of the book I got with Twilight, along with some extra information that's been found since." "You're awfully protective about her, I noticed," Applejack noticed. "+6 complex permanently in place, honestly." "You guys forget, in reality, I'm pushing 30, she reminded them. "You say I got that complex towards you guys already." "Do you mind?" Pinky said. A second later, she asked, "Why do people say that? It's just a website." "That's TMZ, Pinky, yeah. TMI means something else." "Oh, I hope it's something serious." "Well, so do I, to be honest. I mean, it's just a history." Sunset's words trailed off as she read the text of the book. It was approximately March of 1541 that the first reports of Baldassare's statements meeting with the Black Unicorn on the other side of his mirror came out. The mirror, as historians had dubbed Lo Specchio di Cavalcanti, Mirror Cavalcanti, itself was a simple glass mirror with silver backing, typical of the looking glasses of the era. It was the frame of the mirror that, giving researchers a pause. One frame covered in gold leaf with 5 ornately covered cardinal gems into it. Some were familiar shapes, others meaning was unknown to researchers. Clockwise from top are ruby, sapphire, emerald, amethyst, and diamond. On the next page was the image of a mirror, taken when the first edition of the book was made, around 1997. As described, the mirror had cardinal gems set into it. It wasn't really a big deal, but got our attention were the shape of the gems. The ruby was a 12-card persistent, carved in a circle that had curved, parenthetical shaped spikes on its sides. What it meant she didn't know. Sapphire and the emerald, a rare blue-green emerald, vice the normal deep green type, and 2 and 5 respectively. Both held the same shape, that of a rounded cloud with a crescent moon with a sigil in the center of it. It was the amethyst at 7 o'clock. Pinkest lilac color instead of violet. The diamond and tin had gripped her attention. Another one said a fanciful sunburst design, while the diamond was carved into a quill and ink bottle. She knew in an instant what those were. Cutie marks. Worse, the cutie marks on the hair's left-hand side were Celestia and Faustus cutie marks. Sonny, you look as though you've seen a ghost. I have, she said, turning her tail to the ears you could see. I know those marks. Well, duh, Rainbow said, rolling her eyes. It's a sun in an ink bottle and quill. You and I know that, and I'm not the egghead you guys are. Rainbow, they're not just symbols, they're cutie marks. Sunset gave a quick explanation as to what they were. They continued. This one's Princess Celestia's cutie mark, and the one above that is her mother, Queen Faust. Are you sure? It could be a coincidence, Rarity asked. The guy claimed to have learned magic from a unicorn back in the 16th century. I'm a unicorn! And somehow there's a second mirror that leads to Equestria. Could Starsword the Beard create one of his own? Who? Never mind, I'm just thinking out loud. She said as he continued to read. After a second, she said, Wait, Principal and the Vice Principal were originally from Italy, right? Maybe they know something about it. Sorry, Sunset, I can't tell you much. Celestia says the 2 and Luna were sitting in her office after school. Luna was only 5, and I was barely shy of 8 when we immigrated to the U.S. Other than the fact we could speak Italian, we really don't know much about our heritage. If you want, we can put you in touch with our sister, Harmonia, Luna advised. She was traveling enough, so she should have a better memory of things. She still has a slight accent but even still, the Castello was only open on special occasions. I doubt she was ever been there. I'm sorry we cannot be further assistance. What's this about anyway, Sunset? Believe it or not, I was doing some research for King's trip. Since they're all going and I can't, I thought at least trying to dig up some stuff from them. She opted not to tell either woman the real reason. While both had seen her magic firsthand, the possibility of having to deal with another evil magical source might be too much for them. It's very sweet of you, Sunset. But both of my parents and Harmonia are going with your family. Kings, you trust me, by the time they're done, Mama and Papa and Harmonia will talk their ears off in English and Italian. Well, what's left? Celestia and I will prefer you go as well, Mother added. While summer school's commendable, there's nothing for gaining worldly knowledge via travel, even for aliens from other universes. But don't worry, I'm sure everything will be okay. I'm afraid it won't be. Sister thought to herself, she nodded in gratitude to her principal. I'm afraid it won't be at all.